Every time Nigeria's election failed, the military took over. That might sound dramatic, but Nigeria's history tells a different story. Not once, not twice. It's almost becoming like a pattern. And it didn't happen suddenly. It's happened step by step. My name is Anderson. I am passionate about the history of Africa and the wider world. And one thing scares me. History keeps repeating itself. After independence in 1960, Nigeria chose democracy. People voted, leaders were elected, there was hope. But democracy runs on one thing: trust. Trust that votes will count, trust that votes will be counted, trust that the system is fair, trust that the opposition will be allowed to thrive. Once that trust is broken, everything begins to fall apart. The first major crack came in 1964. Nigeria held a general election, but many people believed it was not fair. Some opposition parties were blocked. In some cases, people could not even vote. There were reports that ballot boxes were disappearing and results were being changed. In some regions, people boycotted the election altogether. And when people stop voting, it means they have stopped believing. Then came 1965 in the Western region. The election didn't just create tension, it triggered something bigger. Many people believed the election results were manipulated. They felt the outcome did not reflect the actual will of the people, and the anger didn't stay quiet. It exploded. This period is known as Operation Wet Year. But what exactly was that? Wet here comes from a local expression, means to wet him or to wet her, to douse and to burn. People took to the streets. Homes were set on fire. Opponents were attacked. Violence became normal. But this was not just random violence. It was directly connected to the elections. People believed their votes had been stolen. They believed the system had failed them. And when people feel cheated and have no peaceful way to fix it, they turn to something else. Operation Wet here was not just chaos. It was a collapse of trust in elections. And at that point, democracy was no longer working. And when a system stops working, something else replaces it. Because just months later, in January 1966, the military took over, Nigeria's first coup.
The federal military government in Nigeria has taken over the administration of the country.
The coup didn't come from nowhere. It came after elections lost credibility and violence took over. Now fast forward to 1983. History repeated itself. Another election was held. Again, there were serious concerns. There were reports of large-scale rigging. Some results just didn't make sense. Many Nigerians believed that their votes did not count. And once again, before the year ended, the military took over. This time by Major General Muhammadu Buhari becoming head of state. Now, here is something important. When the military takes over, it is not always rejected immediately. Sometimes it is even welcomed. Why? Because chaos like Operation Wet here and frustrations from 1983, people are tired. They want order, they want stability, even if it comes from soldiers. But the military also wants legitimacy. So over time, they try to become civilians. They remove uniforms and wear agbada and prepare for politics. In the 1990s, under General Sani Abacha, there were signs he was preparing for this type of transition, but it never fully happened. Now, fast forward to today. After the 2023 elections, many Nigerians raised concerns about the process. There have been criticisms and allegations that the opposition voices are being weakened, that the ruling parties are encouraging internal conflict within other opposition parties, that electoral processes and verification systems are too difficult and may even discourage people from voting. These are concerns, but they sound familiar. Because in the past, people have been blocked from voting, opposition voices have been weakened, and trust generally was broken. History shows us something very important. When elections are not trusted, people lose confidence. And when people lose confidence, democracy becomes weak. And when democracy becomes weak, events like Operation Wetie remind us how quickly things can spiral. This is how dangerous cycles begin, not just with soldiers, but with broken trust in elections. Nigeria has come a long way, but history is still speaking. The question is, are we listening?